Greg Tepper, Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com here at the DFW Coaches Clinic in Grapevine with the head coach of the state semifinalist Decatur Eagles, Coach Mike Fuller. Coach, I got to tell you, there was a moment about midway through the season where I did not think I would be describing the Decatur Eagles as state semifinalists. I mean, what can you possibly say about the remarkable year you guys had?
What a ride. I don't even know really where to start. I can say that we may be one of the few, if not the only one team to ever go 8-7 in Texas high school football history. But it was just a testament to our kids, because we knew it was tough, and we knew going in that it could be a really tough stretch in our non-district. Then we started playing a little bit better, and then started having some injuries. So those things coupled together, just the fact that the kids stuck together and turned towards each other instead of turning out on anybody, any critics or anything like that, was a really testament to them and to how they were raised, and to the coaching staff too. They did a good job of keeping everybody focused on just trying to get better and not so much worried about what our record was. But it was a great ride, and we got all those guys back healthy at just the right time. Yeah,
it was really fun to watch you guys play. And one thing I'm interested in from your perspective, you're watching this team, week in and week out, and even when the record wasn't pretty, was there this notion in the back of your head that, like, man, if things just break a certain way, like we can still be a pretty solid team?
Right. We like any team does, when we play our 5 non-district games and we go to the open week and we hit the reset button and now know that the games start counting for real. So we got a lot better. We got a lot better then. But I think one of the things that people forget is that you may not win games, you may not win every game, but if you're getting better, your coaches can see it, and you can show the players where there's improvement. So there can definitely be improvement without it being the kind of reward that you want in a victory. But those kids kept seeing that and believing in it. And I think the good thing about starting off slow is that even late in the year, they know that we've got to get better. So they were intent on trying to improve and get as good as we could possibly get every week. And we weren't going to overlook anybody. We couldn't. You
guys you end up playing 16 weeks, 15 games. What does that run do for the program going forward? That, yes, it's great to make the state semifinals and all that fun stuff, but in the end, what is that going to do for your program kind of going forward?
Well, I think for the kids coming back and the kids that participated with us that we moved up for the playoffs is an extra 5 weeks of practice that a lot of schools don't get. It's just it's something for the younger kids coming up, and I don't just mean the 7th graders and the 5th graders. I mean the kids that are coming back that can look to a story that when one day they're struggling, they start off 1-4, or they've got a losing record late in the season, to not give up and know that it can happen, and you can make a turnaround and really write your own story. And the good thing about it is it's not just some mythical team that you have to tell them about, or a story that you have to talk about or read somewhere. It was something that they actually saw and remembered, because I don't think there's a kid in Decatur that wasn't a part of it.
Yeah, it was, like I said, a remarkable story and a remarkable team to watch. One guy that I know that pretty well is a quarterback, Roman Fuller, comes in and it seemed to me, and you're the guy who sees him every day in practice, so I'm interested in kind of your thoughts. It seemed to me that's a guy who benefited from just getting more reps out there and just getting more experience. It seemed like even, it ended in the state semifinals, but leading up to that, it seemed like he was just a different quarterback from when he started.
Right. His first game out was as rough a game as you can have for a quarterback at any level, much less when your dad's the head coach. And our team played, so we just played bad all around. But I was really proud of him, the way that he bounced back. And like you said, the more reps you get, the more time you have to do whatever it is that you like to do, whether you're a journalist, whether you're a reporter, whether you're a football player, basketball player.
We don't need to practice, but go on.
Yeah. I think the more time you spend doing what it is you do at game speed, obviously the more improvement you can have. And I think he was in a tough situation, especially with we had a returning. We thought we had a returning All-State quarterback, and he decided not to play, and he had to learn learn on the fly. But really, he improved every week and got better as we went along, as did the rest of our team.
So then I want to know what you're doing here. You hear all the time from coaches that the off season is a time for getting better, not only as a team but as coaching staff. What are you hoping to gain from events like this, like the DFW Coaching Clinic?
I think everybody here is trying to learn something that they can use for their program to make them better. Whether it's something for off season, whether it's a drill, whether it's a way to practice, whether it's a scheme, whatever it is. That's what we're all doing. Constantly. I think that's probably why so many coaches watch a lot of football games and record them on TV too. But just trying to find a way to get a little bit better, plus catch up with a lot of friends that a lot of us haven't seen in a while.
Finally, Coach, people may remember that you are actually quoted in the 2018 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. I don't know if you remember this, but I called you, and I asked you about a player who doesn't play for Decatur. I asked you about DeMarquay Foster at Wichita Falls Hershey. We were writing that story about him because, back in 2017, he had a pretty good game against you guys. Two pretty good games. But you end up getting the last laugh. Obviously a tremendous player and a really good program in Hershey. But was there an extra sense of satisfaction knowing what had happened the last time you guys had played them to be able to nip them?
Yeah, for our team for sure. Just the fact that Hershey beat us in district and knocked us out of the playoffs in the third round last year, to return that favor exactly the same way, beating them in district and knocking them out of the playoffs is very rewarding. As far as DeMarquay Foster is concerned, I got to visit with him on the sideline during our JV game. He's an unbelievable young man, so there's no personal satisfaction there. He's a great player, and I really look forward to seeing him at TCU.
But you are glad you don't have to coach against him anymore.
Absolutely, I'm glad.
Coach, appreciate your time.
All right, thank you.